everyone, so today I'm going to describe the preparation of a soluble salt tour activity. As we know, the method to prepare salts depend on the solubility of the salt in water and the type of salt required. First of all, I will describe about sodium salt, ammonium salt, and potassium salt. The neutralization reaction is between acid and alkali. This is the only reaction that we can use to prepare the salt of sodium, ammonium, and potassium. Let's say we would like to prepare potassium sulfate, use excess sulfuric acid. Thus, in the solution, we also have sulfuric acid. So we have the problem. Why? Because we only need salt of potassium sulfate, but now in the product, we have potassium sulfate and sulfuric acid. So how we are going to remove the sulfuric acid from the solution? So the answer is we can't remove it. Since we don't have the method to remove the excess, we use titration so that there is no excess sulfuric acid and potassium hydroxide in our product. Now let's have a look on the steps of preparing the salts of sodium, potassium, and ammonium by titrations. So step 1 is titration to find the endpoint. The endpoint is the point in a titration at which the 2-point reactants have completely reacted. The color of the phenolphthalein will change from pink to colorless. In this step, we also have problems because phenolphtalene's impurities in the product. We don't want the phenolphthalein, but the problem is we can't remove the phenolphthalein. So what when we do? Thus, we need to record the final reading of the burette, then determine the volume of hydrochloric acid required to neutralize potassium hydroxide solution so that we can titrate without indicator. Now we already have our pure salt solution. Then the next steps is how to remove the water from the solution so that we can have a solid crystal salt. To do this, we proceed to the next steps. The next step is crystallization. The solution is heated until it is saturated. This is to remove the water from the solution. Sometimes we are curious, why don't we just heat it until it dries so that we can straight away get a salt? We can't do this because the salt may decompose by heat. After it is saturated, then we left the solution to cool and evaporate, and then the salt will crystallize. After the solid salt is formed, we can proceed to the step 4, filtration and drying, because there are still water on the surface of the salt. Thus, we can separate the solid salt from the water to filtration. The salt is rinsed with a little distilled water to remove dirt or impurities on the surface. Since there are still water on the salt, so we must dry it by pressing them between 2 pieces of filter paper. Then we will get a dry salt in solid form. Yay! That is all from me. Thank you!